tear us apart.
Hey folks, Crazy Clown 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 2 in our 20 from 1988 series. This game was created by Capcom, and it is the first sequel to Ghosts N Goblins. Yep, this is part of the Ghosts N Goblins / Ghouls and Ghosts series, and this is called Ghouls and Ghosts. This is created by Capcom and not licensed to Taito, like the original Ghosts N Goblins was in the US. And you have a 4-way joystick, and a jump and a fire button like in the first game. But this time around, you can collect golden armor, and that golden armor will allow you to use a charged shot by holding down the fire button for a few seconds and then letting go. And those charged shots can take down bosses much easier, depending on which weapon you get. There will be a different charged shot for each weapon that you get. And there are some weapons from the first Ghosts N Goblins game, and there are some new ones too. There is an axe, there is a dagger, there is a disc, there is a lance, there is a torch, there is a sword, and there is a magic power that you can get only during the second time that you play through. And yes, just like in the first game, you have to play the game through twice, and that just frickin' sucks, folks. But I only saw this once in an arcade, and that was at a Malibu Grand Prix in Orlando, Florida. That is long gone. The one that used to be by me is long gone too. That's unfortunate. That was a cool place. I really liked Malibu Grand Prix back in the day. But I remember getting this for my Sega Genesis, and it was a fantastic port. There is a very good port for the Sega Master System, and I have a video review of that in my 20 from the Sega Master System series, and it placed number 9 or 10. Just like in the first game, a hit by an enemy when you have regular silver armor on or golden armor will knock your armor off and put you in your skivvies. In this game, the villagers' souls were stolen by a new band of ghosts, goblins, and whatnot. And Arthur, who is not related to King Arthur of the Arthurian legend, is back to try to rescue those souls and return them to their hosts. And that includes his girlfriend, Princess Prin-Prin. And Prin-Prin is named after supposedly the sound effect that her butt makes when she walks around, which is really stupid. But there I was able to get the golden armor, and I just released a charged attack. There is the sword, and the sword sucks because you can't throw it. You can only swing it in close quarters at enemies. So yeah, some of the weapons are definitely better than others, and the sword is one of the worst, I think. But it does have kind of a cool charged attack, which is a couple of dragons. And I'm going to get the lance back. The trusty lance from the first game. Now notice that you can fire upwards in this game, which is an awesome addition to the gameplay. You can also fire downwards if you're jumping and fire downwards while you're in midair. Very, very nice. Unfortunately, you can't shoot in 8 directions. That would be really cool. But note that the treasure chests from the first game are back. And there will be a magician that will appear in most of the treasure chests. And you'll need to shoot him before he tries to cast a spell at you, which can turn you into either a duck or an old man, which makes you far less capable. You can't attack as either form. Maybe you could as an old man, but you barely chuck one weapon at a time, and you're really, really weak. But the effect does not last very long. Now, with this boss, you can kill him in one charged shot with the lightning. See? Pretty nice. Otherwise, you need to back off and make sure you have tons of space and just keep hitting his head. He'll only shoot one fireball at a time at you, so you can fairly easily dodge it, but just try to destroy him before he pins you against the left wall. And now on this stage, we're in this little village. I love the music in this game. Man, they did a great job. And this village leads to a grain silo, or something like that. And the grain drains into this pit. And if you fall in the pit, you are instantly dead. And there are false boards in these bridges, or these catwalks. And you will drop if you walk on it. And there is like one right over the pit. So you have to memorize where they are. And if you do reach or if you think that you're about to land on or walk on a false floor in the catwalk, keep wailing on the jump button and you might be able to jump off it quickly. Fortunately, I was jumping at an angle, otherwise I would have fallen into the pit and died. And we are going to see our old buddy, the Red Arimer, or the Red Devil. Yep. Like in the first Ghosts and Goblins, the first game, a good strategy might be to jump away from him and turn around and fire in mid-air towards him. And that might confuse him, because otherwise he's super tricky. And there was our torch-charged shot. And note that this part of the village is on fire, and we have some floors that sink into the ground, and you'll die if you stay on them. And we have our killer flowers again. If you're charging a shot and you get hit, now there's the crappy axe. If you're charging a shot and you get hit, or an enemy touches you while your shot is being released, it won't hurt you. And this is I'll just call him a hellhound. He takes a lot of hits. He'd probably be easier with a charged shot. The axe's charged shot is a fireball, and I think we might have seen that already. The axe flies upward at an angle when you shoot it. When these fire bats start to glow, they're about to emerge, and as they start to glow, you can shoot a weapon through them, and then they won't hatch, I guess you could say. But I'm going to take on the Hellhound again. I'm sure he has a different name, I can't remember what it is. If you try to move while you're ducking, you won't crawl. You'll stand up and move. So if he's just barely flying over you and you move the joystick, you'll hit your head on him and it'll kill you. But of course, you always get your armor back after being a boss, just like in the first game. There are less interesting bonus items that appear from the treasure chests, or sometimes the pots that enemies will be carrying. And now we have this vertically scrolling stage, and you don't want to get pinched. Having like a ledge pin you or something, or a wall pin you or something. So make sure that you don't let that happen. These knights, these are weird. They stick to the walls like they've got wall. What was that little toy? Little wall sticker thing. You swing it at the wall and it sticks. or you can maybe grab things with it. You need to make sure that you don't take too long trying to scroll to the right when you get the opportunity. Otherwise, the structure will pin you and you'll lose life. Now this part is weird, real weird. I used a save state, so the screen got a little shrunk down a little bit. Sorry. Now you have to ride these gargoyle tongues. I had practice from the Sega Genesis port, so I kind of remembered this. That ledge, or that little rock formation above, you have to duck under or it will kill you. And you have to remember that there's a treasure in some areas, and it can block your way. Now don't ride a tongue back into the gargoyle's mouth or you'll instantly be killed. And now we have a boss over here, and it is a creepy cloud with an eye. Now if the cloud gets lightning on it, or it spins around in place, then that lightning will be a shield, and you can't hit it. Now here's where you really need to use your fire upwards and downwards capability. And note that we have a shield. The shield, and again you have to have the golden armor to be able to charge your shot. See, there's no meter, and there's a good old dagger from the first Ghosts and Goblins. Don't jab your head on those crystals. They're spikes. They'll hurt you. There's all sorts of spikes on this stage. Hey, I got some gold armor. But this dagger will give you a double. It'll give you an extra Arthur. Ah, damn it. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that are looking to nail you or fire a shot at you. Yeah, this stage is pretty hard. But I kind of like it. You go from this part to this descending icy platform. Yeah, if you see that magician appear, wail on the fire button and hope that you waste him. See all those stickers? If you get hit with your armor on, and you have those brief seconds of invincibility, you can fall through the stickers and not die. Ah, crap. That there will be some sort of serpents that pop out of the icy slopes. But make sure that you don't land on those stickers. You can shoot a lot of shots with the daggers, so those are especially helpful in trying to deal with the magician. Those hands, if you let yourself run into them, they will kill you instantly. Some areas are really low and will have stickers above you, and you don't want to jump, or you'll hit your head on them and they'll kill you. And now you need to jump on these descending platforms here. And you need to jump quickly off of the last handful of them, or else you'll fall into the ground, or you'll get eaten by Venus flytraps or something. And now this giant maggot boss is really gross, but you have to shoot downwards at these different hearts in this worm. And I can never remember where these worms are going back, or these serpents are going back into this maggot. Ugh! And they always nail me. The Sega Genesis port is considerably easier than the arcade one. I don't remember exactly how, but I know it is. But yeah, again, remember that there will be some low ceilings with stickers, and you don't want to accidentally jump into the stickers. So if you need to jump and shoot downwards, make sure that you don't hit your head on those. And I got my lance back. Yeah, whoops. Hey, I got golden armor back. But yeah, with the axe, you get to shoot this giant fireball. I got knocked down to those Venus flytrap platforms. But yeah, you need to shoot down repeatedly to hit those to hit those hearts, and you can only hit them when they're exposed. They'll like pulsate and then they'll retreat, and you need to hit them while they're like pulsating. But I got my name on the first place seating. I elected not to continue. If you do continue, you have to start back, I believe, at the beginning of the stage that you left off of. It might let you start at the halfway point. I believe there's a halfway save point. And I'm putting on invincibility, and I have the disc shot. And I'll just beat this maggot boss. I'll play through, I think I played through to the end of this game, and then when I had to play through the second time, I skipped through different parts. And this is the final stage, and there are a bunch of boss repeats from earlier. There's the red Arimer again. Yeah, he's just as annoying as he was in the first game. But again, it might behoove you to jump away from him, but turn around in mid-air and fire backwards to kind of confuse him or throw him off. But yeah, this shield charged shot emits a mirror, which is really kind of lame. But sometimes enemies can run into it and die. The charged shots, none of them last very long. The effects of them. There's a couple more red Arimers. Ah, he flew over the mirror. Yeah, the mirror is a lame charged shot attack. I'm definitely not picking up that stupid, what was it, the axe or the sword? Yeah, there's not very many cool bonus items that are going to be from the pots or the treasures. And there's no Yashichi, and no hidden armor, as far as I know, and no extra life. I don't think any extra lives. Icons. Maybe there were, I don't remember. You have to time your movements here pretty well, or else those things will knock you back down to the bottom of the ladder and you have to start over again. Of course, without armor. It's that stupid magician again. Now we have two of the ogre heads. And you need to destroy them both in order to advance. Now, when you play through the second time, and if you get that special weapon that you need to pick up, you can cancel out a lot of boss shots, including those ogres. And yeah, I don't want that axe. Now, this is the boss I thought was named Lucifer. I think it's just a regional thing. I think he is called Lucifer in some places, in some areas of the world. And we have 3 cloud enemies. But in some countries, the final boss of this game is named Loki, and he is in the Sega Genesis port, or the US one. This game is also known as Dai Makamura, I believe. Yeah, or at least that's what it was named in Japan. I kind of like the disc. The lance special attack with the golden armor is among my favorite. It's just very powerful. And this is the second to last boss. And after we beat him, we have to start over. And he is Beelzebub. He is a giant fly. And he shoots out bullets from his, what is it called? Ovipositor or something. But he will turn into some flies and reappear somewhere else on the screen. But I don't get to open that door yet. I have to start all over, and I have to find an image of a goddess in a treasure chest the second time around, and she will give me a magic power. And it is a special weapon, and it does not have a charged shot, which sucks. But it can cancel out some enemies' bullets. I don't know which all enemies' bullets it can cancel out. Probably a lot of them. But I will have to get that magic power the second time through. And I can get on the very first stage, which is nice. I put on a cheat, not only for invincibility, but to, I think, automatically give me the special power at some point, and it made my meter look funny. My reader that shows you what weapon you have currently, it kept showing the disc even though I had the special power. And there she is, and you need to go down and collect the special power that she's going to give you. And we'll just see me wielding it. And yeah, since I put the cheat on, it shows the disc instead, and it shows a charge meter. And I cannot charge a special power when I have this special power. And now it's showing. And see, it can block those bullets from the ogre head. Pretty nice. We're gonna scoot through. I didn't want to do a whole nother playthrough, so we're just gonna scoot through to me getting to that last stage again. And here is the final boss. And boy, look how big he is. You can stand on his feet, and that'll raise you up by his head. And you need to destroy his head. And he can destroy the floor, and you can fall in and die. And he can hit you with lasers too, but I'm not going to let that happen. I've destroyed him, and I've restored all the souls to everybody, including my precious Princess Prin-Prin. And there's her soul returning to her body, and she comes back to life. And there is a whole smattering of English in this epilogue here. Whole lot of English. Yeah, sorry, the screen got glitchy here. But that is Ghouls and Ghosts, the first sequel in the Ghosts and Goblins / Ghouls and Ghosts series, which is still releasing games to this day. Massive hit for Capcom, one of their most recognized classics. And this was followed by Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo, in which Arthur could double jump, and he couldn't do that in this game. But I don't remember if I played that one. I never really played the Super Nintendo much at all. I was more of a Sega Genesis guy. Even though the Super Nintendo was slightly outsold the Sega Genesis and had a much better color palette, I still like the Sega Genesis a little bit better. I mean, I played the Super Nintendo a little bit. I just liked some of the games a lot more. Although in more recent years I have used an emulator to look at some of the Super Nintendo games that I had been missing, and there are some definitely good ones. A lot of great RPGs. I'm not even really a big RPG fan, but I was still drawn into a lot of their RPGs. And we see some of the enemies' names, not all of them. Skeleton Murderers, that's kind of a dumb name. I still have the cheat on to give myself infinite magic power attack. And he's supposed to be using a different weapon in these scenarios at times. And so it may not look like it did in the arcades, this epilogue that you might remember. And Arthur was supposed to do a special attack at one point in the epilogue here. And he ends up not doing it because he can't do a charged attack with the magic power, even though the charge meter is showing. But that magic power is super strong, and it can take out enemy bosses real quick. And like I said, cancel out a number of shots by the enemies. Yeah, that maggot boss is really annoying. Having to wait for those hearts to pulsate so that you can hit them. Gross fly boss. Yep, his name is Beelzebub, and that fits. And this guy, again, is either called Lucifer or Loki. But I thought that the other boss with two heads earlier was called, well, he's not a boss in this game, but I thought he was called Lucifer. And they show Princess Prin-Prin's measurements. And there I think he was supposed to be doing a charge attack and didn't have that capability. Not with the cheat on. Well, that is the end of Ghouls and Ghosts. We will real quick in a little bit see the effect of getting hit by the magician's blast, either turning into a duck or an old man, which makes you super weak, but fortunately it is short-lived. You'll eventually turn back to Arthur. If you were wearing armor and you get hit while you're a duck or an old man, you just lose the armor and you turn back to Arthur in your skivvies. There, I'm a duck. It would have been cooler if the duck could quack. But the duck and the old man can pick up those bonus items. And there's the old man. Well, that was Ghosts and Goblins. Or, excuse me, Ghouls and Ghosts, the first sequel to Ghosts and Goblins, created by Capcom in 1988. Game number 2 in my 20 from 1988 series was Crazy Glamour 8, and thanks for watching, and I hope you join me soon for game number 1. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.